Now, Reverend Taylor, you said I might be feeling pressured. Why would that be? It's not like I'm coming after your wise words, or Reverend Hayden's, or Reverend Crosby's, or Reverend Rogers, or Reverend Anderson's.
My Lord, my Lord. Amen.
Thank you for this invitation.
Oh, thank you. We love you.
We are indeed in Good Friday kind of times these days.
Yes.
There is indeed an evil, unjust empire that we must resist.
Okay. Come on.
Too many walls and dividing lines.
My Lord.
So thank you for this division, because we do not need any more walls. What we need is solidarity.
Yes.
When Jesus had received that wine, he said, "It is finished." I'm going to be real honest with you all. I don't like the crucifixion. I'm not a fan of it. Like too many of us, I had to face violence early on in my life.
Yes. Fix it.
And so this idea that God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that God would sacrifice his child.
Yeah. That's all right.
I don't like it.
I understand.
I don't think we should have to sacrifice our children. That should just not be something anyone ever has to do.
Okay.
I do not like how violent, how brutal our shared Christian story is. How the child of God must be so brutally sacrificed for us to be saved.
My Lord.
Nope. I don't like it. But faith isn't about what we like, is it?
Well, come on. Fix it, preacher. My God.
If life was full of things we humans liked,
Come on now.
that felt good, that easily satisfied our egos, we wouldn't need faith.
That's right.
We wouldn't be here in this house of worship,
Yes.
honoring the crucifixion of the Son of God, now would we?
That's right.
When Jesus had received the wine, he said, "It is finished."
It is finished. My God.
We can tend to think of Jesus' crucifixion as a kind of defeat that God overcomes with the victory of resurrection.
Come on now.
The cross is defeat.
Come on.
The resurrection is victory.
Well.
That's right.
That's the word.
But that's not how St. John tells it. It is finished.
That's what he said.
It is finished on that cross on Friday.
Yes.
It is finished as Jesus' body hangs. Oftentimes with pictures, I always see pictures with holes in the hands, right? But no, the nails had to be driven through the wrists.
My God. Come on.
In a place in between the wrist bones, because this location would allow the nails to support the weight of an adult human.
Yes.
Because the ligaments which join the 8 wrist bones are thicker and stronger than those which connect the bones of the palm.
My Lord.
Jesus was of flesh and blood
Yes, he was.
and bone,
Yes.
It was.
just like you are
Come
of
on. That's
flesh and blood and bone.
That's right. That's right.
Jesus' blood is the same blood that overflows with heroin in the bodies of the white boys and girls of the suburbs.
Come on, fix it.
Jesus is made up of the same flesh as our Syrian brothers and sisters,
That's right.
made up of the same lungs that filled up with fluid causing suffocation after exposed to sarin gas.
Come on, preacher.
Jesus' muscles are the same as the muscles of our immigrant brothers and sisters that tense up in fear of ICE raids and deportation.
Come on.
And Jesus' fingers are the same fingers of our brothers and sisters that curl around their prison bars. Because in this country, in this valley, we sure do like to throw people in prison, don't we?
Come on.
Particularly our black and brown brothers and sisters.
Yes.
I do not like the crucifixion.
That's it.
And yet I know the crucifixion happens every single day.
Yes, it does.
Come on, preacher.
I do not like the idea that it is finished on that cross at Golgotha.
Yeah, come on.
Because the resurrection is supposed to be when it's finished. That's what I like.
Hey,
The resurrection.
Hey, you better say it.
When Jesus had received the wine, he said, "It is finished."
Yes.
Know what the gospel tells me? It is finished when our human vulnerability and frailty is laid completely bare.
My Lord.
It is finished when we come face to face with the bleeding flesh of God's sacrificed, beloved child.
Yes.
I do not like the crucifixion. And yet it happens every single day.
My Lord.
Every single day, a child of some parent is sacrificed, and their work on this earth is done. They too can utter the words, "It is finished." Because for them it is finished.
Okay, come on.
In the suburbs, with children dying from heroin overdoses,
Yes.
it is finished.
Yes.
In the faraway lands of Syria and Afghanistan, where war wages and sarin gas and 24,000-pound bombs are dropped on families and children, it is finished. By the bodega, where children keep an eye out for government officials that would deport their mothers and fathers,
My Lord.
it is finished. In the prisons, where nearly 2 million people languish and get to provide cheap labor for billionaire corporations,
My God.
Come on, fix it.
it is finished.
Don't write about it. That's what they're doing. My Lord.
Reverend Taylor, you talked about how people thought after the awful shootings at Mother Emanuel there was going to be a race riot.
Yeah.
And there wasn't.
Praise God.
Such in November, I think there might have been a race riot. I think white folks may have conducted a race riot. Particularly since November, white liberal folks like myself have been asking how could hatred and fear gain so much power?
Yes.
But to many, these kinds of questions seem kind of silly. Gain power, hatred, and fear have never lost it. For all kinds of complicated, sad, violent, and white reasons. Some of us are just now getting around to seeing it.
My Lord.
To seeing the crucifixions that happen every single day. I do not like the crucifixion.
Work it out.
But faith isn't about what we
Come
like.
on.
No, it's not. Come on.
It is about what will save us.
That's right. That's right.
In the suburbs, it is finished. In Syria and Afghanistan, it is finished. By the bodega, it is finished. In the prison, it is finished. So tonight, let us sit at that foot of the cross in Golgotha, not knowing, not even fathoming that there would or could be a resurrection.
Come on, preacher. Fix
Do
it.
not let us turn our eyes away from the bloodied flesh of a sacrificed child.
Preach.
Oh,
Preach.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Today, tonight, is a time for grieving and mourning.
Yes.
For letting us to tear at our clothes and wail, letting the pain ripple through us, our flesh, our bones, our blood. We should not, cannot deny. We cannot afford to look away any longer.
Any longer.
For it is an honest grieving and mourning for all we have lost,
Yes.
all of our sins,
Yeah, thank you, God.
all of the violence we have suffered, for all of those who will never make it to Easter Sunday. It is through this real grieving and mourning and seeing that we may find our path to salvation.
Yeah.
These bodies of bone, blood, and flesh,
Oh, Jesus.
they may not feel hope. They may not see the path to salvation, and that is okay.
Yeah.
Because hope may be out of our hands, but it is not out of the realm of possibility.
Yes.
We can be saved,
Yes. Yes.
but we do not need to know it. Through our honest mourning, sitting at the foot of the cross, witnessing the dead, bleeding body of the beloved child of God, this is how we may glimpse the brutal and yet saving truth of these words. It is finished. Blessed be and amen.
Amen.